Good evening, good evening. Happy Saturday weekend. How you guys doing? I know it's been hot as hell. HE hockey sticks out this biatch. It's been fucking super hot. Like I went outside a few times today and I was like totally exhausted. But before I start chatting with ya, let me run my little reels, my little stories. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back. Hello, how you doing? It's Saturday, July 23rd, 8 p.m. It's your girl, Cashel Fit now here with another episode of Wine and FaceTime. How you do? How you do? How you do? So today is going to be a part two to last week's conversation regarding polygamy. Tonight we're going to be talking about polyandry. And it's a little bit different, but kind of in the same realm of polygamy. And I'm so excited to do a little show about this. I'm going to have my homie Danielle come back through again and bless us with her views and opinions. I love talking with her regarding sex. We have like the most interesting conversation when it comes to sex and rules, roles, etc., etc. So I'm gonna definitely text her the link to the show. And anyone else who would like to appear in the panel, please make sure you send me a message. If you know me directly, just send me a message and I'll let you appear on the show. So tonight we're getting into it, polyandry. Polygyny, are these lifestyles that you see yourself living, if you were in a certain culture, if it was a certain time, even if it's presently, would this be something you would participate in? What is polyandry? What is polygyny? Not talking about polygamy, but what is polyandry? What is polygyny? It's a little bit different again in the same realm of polygamy, but just a little bit different, and polyandry is more favoritism of the woman, what the woman wants, what the woman can do. They say it's a man's world, but polyandry is all about the woman having the hierarchy, the option, the role to have more than one husband. So we're gonna talk about that. That's what the conversation is tonight. Polyandry. So if you have any knowledge or information about this topic again, and you feel like you want to join the panel and you're comfortable, you want to share your tea, give us some information, please feel free to do so. No pressure at all. At the end of the day, it's an open conversation, 18 years old and older. K-Flick disclaimer will be in effect. I will emphasize that. I just showed the reel of the disclaimer. So yeah, grown and sexy only, mature audience conversation. So tonight I'm gonna definitely share the screen. I always say that every time I go on a wine and FaceTime on a Saturday, but I don't freaking do it. But before I can say any tea, I'm going to let Danielle know I'm live, and she can join whenever she wants. I'm just shooting the shits right now, so she doesn't have any pressure. So give me a moment. How's everyone's weekend going? How you guys doing? What are you doing to stay cool in this scorching ass heat? Yo, like not for nothing. Like I don't know how long I'm gonna be up here, loving this heat, but I'm going to the beach tomorrow. Yes, Cashel K Fit will be at the beach. And I will get a tan. Yeah, so that's what my weekend's looking like. What is your weekend looking like? I can't wait to see P Valley. Definitely looking to P Valley. Um, yeah, so that's all I'm looking forward to. So I'm gonna take it old school. We're making sandwiches. We got the frozen waters, the frozen juices, and we're gonna get it popping. I got my suntan oil. I got my beach towels. Yeah, and I'm going to Jones Beach tomorrow. So I'm going to be in Long Island, in Jones Beach. I'm going to be in the water, despite the fact that there's been a few shark attacks in New York City. I'm going to be out there getting a tan, touching my tan lines off, and I'm going to try to do a fitness, video if I can, if the haters is not out there like that. Hopefully my phone will survive the blazing heat. But I'm going to go super freaking early in the morning. I'm going to go like around 8ish. So by 1 p.m., I'm on the way back from Long Island to New York City. So yeah, please make sure, you guys, if you're watching, good evening, Says and Satin. I've missed you. How are you doing? Hope all is well, Queen. I'm always checking for you. I gotta catch up on some of your videos. I'm slacking on the videos. Excuse my kid in the back. She's definitely watching YouTube. You have a kid in a age range of 8 through 13. They're probably still on YouTube, and she's just having the best life right now in the back. But yes, good evening, Sunset, and great to see you. I don't know if you caught my live 8 a.m. workout this morning, but I did a live workout. We did booty glutes today, and it was lit. It was popping. It was nice. So yeah, that's what I did this morning. You can definitely catch it here on YouTube. I streamed here on YouTube for my glute day. It's on my IG live as well, and it was a real good time. It was like a lot of pressure. It was a lot going on. But at the end of the day, it was a great workout. It was a full 45 minutes. We did 2 reps, and yeah, girl, we did the damn thing. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next week, but yeah, definitely catch up to my video on the workout if you didn't see it. It's on YouTube here, Southern Satin, and it's on my IG live. But I hope you're well. Blessings to the family. Hope everything's popping and lit and good with you. Wishing you prosperous things all the time. Tonight we're talking about polyandry and polygamy. Last week, I'm not sure if you caught the stream Southern Side, but we were talking about polygamy when a man has more than one wife. Would you do it? Would be something you would sign up for. How do you feel about it? It was a great topic. It went almost 2 hours. We had a 6-panel guest. It was a live stream. It was really dope. It was a lot of different facts and statistics brought up and viewpoints. And it was really, really interesting. Like, it was almost going to 2 hours. I had to cut it short because I don't really believe in doing live streams. But I get it. When you have a relevant topic and a lot of content to discuss, it can go over an hour. So that's why I chose to break up the stream and make it more streams. So this is part 2. Last week was part 1. There may be a part 3 depending on how things are going to go tonight. So, yeah. So I'm texting my homie now. I'm live. No pressure when you arrive. Just chatting. Okay, so just send Danielle a message. So yes, so how's the weather down there in Atlanta, Southern Satin? I don't have wine, but I definitely have some Montebello Long Island iced tea. You heard? Yes, I'm definitely having a Montebello Long Island iced tea. I'm definitely ready for camera. I'm going to turn my camera on when I have guests. So when my guests appear, if they appear, I'll turn my camera on. But for the meantime, I definitely want to start looking up some information regarding polygyny and polyandry. Although I've done some research prior to tonight, I want to just be able to have something on the screen to share with people so people can understand what's going on, what's this all about, and just have like more of a background. But if you're watching my show live and you are not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you turn post notification on, and you make sure that you are aware of all of the new videos I'm dropping. I'm constantly dropping wine videos. I'm getting back into my fitness videos, and I'm definitely setting my game up with my lock videos. So reading the chat right now, Southern Side says, it's too damn hot, but I hear you guys are having a heat wave now as well. Yes, honey, it's been high 90s all freaking week. We out here getting a tan without laying on no grass or no sand. It's that doggone hot. So that's what it's been. And I guess it hasn't really been a summer yet, so we're gonna have to just take advantage of how this joint is looking right now. It is what it is. So I'm gonna share my screen right now, and I'm gonna look up some information regarding polyandry, which I currently already have up on my screen, and just want to be able to show you guys, what I'm seeing. So here I have a regular Google search of polyandry, and according to Google, polyandry, with the pronunciation and noun breakdown, is when a woman has more than one husband, a pattern of mating which a female animal has more than one male. So we had a very interesting conversation last week regarding polygamy. A lot of people felt some way regarding a woman's mental and physical, emotional well-being, regarding engaging in sex with more than one person, and it was a lot. And what I do want to say is, for me, last week, it was really interesting hearing the viewpoints of various people talk about, what they feel about, women body counts and men body counts, and what a man can do, a woman can't do. That double standard is just there, and there's not much we can do about that. As well as just knowing that, in certain cultures, this polygamous lifestyle still continues on. just because we don't see it in African American culture or community, or Chinese, or whatever nationality you closely relate to or identify with, or you see most often in your neighborhood. Just because we don't see it in our background or our backyard doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that's really why I wanted to talk about it, as well as I was inspired by a podcast of a good friend and colleague I work with, called Timberlands and Stilettos. A gentleman by the name of Amar. He has a podcast called Timberlands and Stilettos, and I accidentally heard a full episode of his podcast while looking for someone else's podcast. And the conversation was really about polygamous relationships, and would you do it, would you not do it? And it was a lot of emphasis on clarifying and ensuring that you have the proper understanding of it not being cheating, it not being a swingers lifestyle, it not being a lifestyle of people who do this just to get their freak off. The whole point of the podcast I heard on Timberlands and Stilettos was pretty much about, young couples, dating, trying out different sexual activities to see what they like or dislike, when people introducing different things to the bedroom. And again, all of us here on the topic tonight, who are watching live and in the replay, we're all into something different outside in the bedroom behind closed doors. So what I'm into, you may not be into, we all have our zones we don't want to pass, our safe words, things that we just don't do, for whatever reasons. So I say all that to say that, I was very, very intrigued to talk about this topic tonight because, I don't know of many people who practice this polyandry lifestyle, but apparently is really something that's really occurring in certain cultures, and some of those cultures that, you may hear about it at not necessarily American cultures, but other cultural backgrounds of other people. And it definitely has a purpose, according to Google. Let me actually share my screen again so you guys can see what I'm doing. So it's not just like I'm talking off my head. I did say I wanted to share my screen this time. So here I am sharing my screen with you guys. I'm still on the polyandry general Google search. And good evening, Jose Negron. I do understand Latin Explaining has a stream tonight, and I understand that most of you guys will be there. No pressure, no sweat. I definitely was watching her stream while I was in the shower, or listening to her stream while I was in the shower, and I totally, totally get it. And I know you have to pay your respects there. And probably, you may not be able to split your time between two. No problem at all. But thank you for chiming in and dropping by and jumping in my chat right now just to, let me know you're here for a moment. I really appreciate that. So looking at this definition of polyandry, to the far right-hand corner, it says there's different types of polyandry. The two types of polyandry have been documented simultaneously: polyandry and sequential polyandry. In simultaneous polyandry, each female holds a large territory containing the smaller nesting territories of two or more males who care for their eggs and tend to the young. Okay, that sounds more like an animal term right now because females don't, consider their children young like that, unless they're like really, really young. Here's another one. Polyandry reduces the sex difference in Bateman gradients and the probability of sexual conflict over mating, reducing the potential expected value of each mating to males in inverse proportion to number of mates per male per clutch, and also often increasing ejaculation cause. Okay, so I don't know how thorough those comments are, but this is just a general Google search of polyandry. And here's a Wikipedia search. Polyandry is a form of polygamy in which a woman takes two or more husbands at the same time. Polyandry is contrasted with polygyny involving one male. So it looks like, this may occur in India. Let's take a look at this polyandry in nature. Again, we go back to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not the most accurate, resourceful site. So I'm gonna just stop sharing right there. I think, at this point, you guys all see, the point of where I'm getting at tonight. What's tonight's topic regarding polyandry and, polygamous types of relationships. So at the end of the day, it's interesting, again, it's not something we see a lot here in America on the East Coast, in our household, but according to several views of very different, people and panels who have streams, polygamous relationships are only built for the best or strongest, those that can withhold the test of time and have patience and, keep their emotions and feelings, in order and not, cause a rift. I was listening to a lady named Xtina. I don't really know her, but I know of her via Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. She pops in on many of the lives he's with his crew of people and supporters and moderators. And she had a 6 hour stream on polyamory and polygamous relationships. And I got the link to the stream by another friend I met through Jose Negron, whose name is Ramon. He calls himself on YouTube Introvert Bariqua. He sent me a link after I did my stream on polygamy, and I watched the 6 hour stream by Xtina in over a 3 day time span, and I was very intrigued, to hear the views and comments of people who've lived this lifestyle. There was a gentleman on her stream. She had several different guests on her stream, but there was a gentleman on her stream at one point of the 6 hours who alleged claimed to have lived the lifestyle. I forgot his name, but that's not really important at this point. But long story short, he claims to have lived the lifestyle 11 years ago, had two wives, living with him, respecting and pleasing and educating and supporting them, and they were supposed to do the same on their end. And it ended after he felt one of them disobeyed him. And again, I've never seen this lifestyle in person to say I've seen this. I've heard of different cultures of people, groups that have the option to have more than one wife, but I've never heard on a woman have more than one husband. However, going backwards, the stream I heard was about a woman, multiple women, marrying the same man, not a man, not a woman having multiple husbands. I say all that to say, the gentleman was somewhat cocky, confident, whatever you may call him. And he pretty much said it was something that was overwhelming. It was a lot of work. It required finances, time, patience, respect, meeting each woman's needs, sexual desires, financial obligations, and it was a lot. And he required that they all be on the same page, and if not, there was no point of doing it. And I get it, So I during research, I've learned that, some of the people that, come to this lifestyle is for a beneficial factor, such as, you need, support in an area where you probably can't do it all alone. Or, you like, to have the option to, live an traditional lifestyle. And this is what you choose to do depending on what your culture, stands for and sticks for at the end of the day as well. So I feel like, I would love to see how this looks in real life. Like I would love to be able to meet someone that lives a polyandry lifestyle or polygamy lifestyle in person to see what a day in the life of their life is like when it comes to, the significant other's birthdays, holidays, spending time, spreading time, just to see how it is, because I hear it's beneficial. So for example, if you're a wife with two husbands, each husband may do something that the other one is lacking at or can't do well, or they help the wife in a way where one husband doesn't have to do everything. Same thing with polygamy. One girlfriend or one wife, female wife, doesn't have to do everything. The roles and responsibilities are separated between the two. How they pick them, I don't know. By the end of the day, it's really more of a sense of the partners who are involved in the situation, have a skill set or a purpose, to what they bring in the table in a relationship. And everyone has an understanding of what everyone brings. It's an open communication amongst all the parties involved. No one's confused or lost. No one is calling anyone out for cheating. When sexual, encounters occur. I don't know the specifics as far as how do you sleep in, which house, which wife. Those things are a little bit blurred to me. But I definitely want to be able to understand it more. I really never seen this, but I know it exists. I've seen several streams since I've done my stream on polygamy pop up in my feed, and I haven't watched them all. I've only watched one, which is by the young lady Xtina. I think her name is Christina. She has several different channels, so I'm not sure which is like the most common channel she uses, but it was an amazing 6 hour stream. So big shout out to Christina. I believe her name is Xtina. I loved your stream on polyamory relationships. So I've talked for a total of 19 minutes straight. And I'm normally not used to talking that long, at the end of the day, but it's all good in the hood. I've sent Danielle a text. I don't know if she can join or not. She's out of town. She's a little busy. I'm not sure when she'll join in, but I do not expect this stream to go beyond an hour. But what are your views? How do you guys feel about polygyny, polyamory relationships, open relationships, swinging relationships? I really feel now that I'm an adult, I'm 40, fab at 40. I feel like each his own, whatever makes your relationship spicy, whatever keeps, the love going, whatever keeps the sex spicy, whatever keeps the vibes juicy, whatever keeps you and your partner loving and sucking and hugging on each other and in love, do that. Everyone doesn't need to know what's happening behind your closed doors, and if it's polyandry, if it's polygamy, if it's polygyny, it's whatever, and at the end of the day, no one knows what happens behind your closed doors, right? So at the end of the day, do you. You only live once. YOLO is what they say. And we can't live our life, pleasing other people, because we'll be trying forever, at the end of the day. But I want to know from you guys watching. I see one person watching. I'm not sure who that person is. I see nobody watching now, so that's definitely all good. I want your comments, I want your views, I want your opinions. What do you feel about this polyandry lifestyle? What do you feel about this polygamy lifestyle? What do you feel about open relationships? What do you feel about swinging relationships? What are your views and opinions on everything? Again, I've said this on a couple of streams before. Me and a group of my girlfriends went to the city one year after a party or a club, and we went to this lighthouse, so to say, that was really like a whole indoor BDSM club of sex and couples swinging with padded rooms and leather. And again, it was super interesting. I won't lie about that, but we were so fucking scared because we never been there before, never been in that environment, and we didn't know what to expect, and we didn't want no smoke, and we didn't want to get turned out that night. And they was looking at us like a little pack of baby hyenas that just came out the womb, like, ooh, let's get them right there. That pack right there, they just innocent. They smell like fresh blood. Arr. It really felt like that. I'm really dragging it though, but I say all that to say, is that was the first time I really opened my mind into, sex in a different way outside of just your mate and yourself. I didn't know there were people in their late 50s and 60s and 70s and, elder people living this lifestyle, and this is how they possibly kept their lifestyle, their relationships sexy and, strong after so many years. I didn't know this was something that young people did as well. We went to this club called Stage 48 because there was a New York City rapper performing, and then we went to this place I'm talking about thereafter. And from the time we left this club, Stage 48, it was like probably a little before midnight-ish. We noticed that, there's certain times, different age ranges and groups of people come in. So after 1 a.m., all the young people came, 20, 21 and older. Before 12 p.m., there was a lot of older people, 60s, 50s, 40s. And it was kind of boring watching them, because it wasn't like really enticing or exciting. But when the younger people came, we were actually ready to go. And it was around maybe 1 a.m.-ish, 1:10, 1:15, 1:30, something like that. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But I feel like to say, like, there are a lot of people that are into, the swinging lifestyle, which is not polygyny or polyamory. But, it's a different form of sexual, gratification and I guess pleasing and, sexual desires and wants and needs that you pursue with someone you care about or you love. And I make this about wellness because wellness is about what makes us feel good, right? What makes you have a good day? What makes you smile? What makes your heart, skip a beat? What makes you get jitters inside, sparkles inside? What makes you feel good? And for some people, this lifestyle makes them feel good. Again, understanding polygamy and polyandry and polygyny are not necessarily lifestyles where you're going to clubs having sex with people. It is not that. It is totally different. That's more of the swinging lifestyle. Where you're not necessarily married, but you choose to engage in, loose sexual relationships with other partners in clubs or bars or in your own home or in their own home or random places. And to me, I always thought that sounds dangerous. Like, how do you know the one has STDs, or, how do you know you won't get murdered or snatched in the first 48? But you don't know, I guess, sometimes. And I guess some people take the time to build relationships with people to make sure that they're safe and they don't have anything wrong with their bodies and they can trust them. And there's a contract drawn up and there's an agreement that's signed and sealed and delivered. And it's a mutual respect, to keep the relationship between a man and a woman sometimes, spicy, so to say, or intriguing or lusty or great. or orgasmic, as some may say, whatever it is, I speak to my parents openly about sex, and I'm hearing a lot about my father, that I never knew about him. And I know so much about my mom, because I've lived with her, my entire life, no matter what our situation is, so sex is kind of almost like, different depending on what your age range is, what your background is, what your likes or dislikes are, but I notice in this current century, 2022, a lot of the young people don't believe in condoms. Everything is like, raw skin to skin, as ODB would say from my time and era. I'm an 80s baby. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. That's what these little mother suckers are doing right now. They're not using condoms. Everything's about a Plan B pill. Everything's about, the abortion pill, or, everyone figured out a way to get the sexual satisfaction they want, and sometimes not taking care of the consequences. But that's not all people. That's just some. But again, going back to the swingers lifestyle, again, that's another taster's choice for those who feel that's what they want to do. And not everyone believes and breathes that, because again, it can be risque. Diseases can be involved, humiliation can be involved, shame can be involved. You may always want these close with someone and see someone don't want to see, or that doesn't know you live this lifestyle, and that could be embarrassing or shameful to you. It depends on what the situation is going to be, right? So at the end of the day, it's whatever you want to do. I feel, again, shout out to the whole LGBTQ plus community. You guys rock. You guys are so dope. I say all that to say, because you guys make your lifestyle so liberated and free and unchoice, and you're happy in your skin 24/7. A lot of people definitely don't show that 24/7 happy inside out, because they're afraid of what people will think, their bros, their girlfriends, their family members. Some people are like on the down low and they can't express themselves, or they're swingers and they can't express themselves. But shout out to that group of people that they're just so free and humble and careless, and they just express themselves and liberate themselves and celebrate to the best they can. I feel like those are the best group of friends I probably ever had. People from the LGBT plus community, and much respect to them. They've experienced a lot of hate crimes and everything, but some of those people fall into some of these lifestyles, such as swingers. Not everything else is polygamy and polygyny and polyandry, but some of those people in that community, they've they've indulged in this type of lifestyle. They do that within their own community of LGBT, plus gay bars and restaurants and things of that nature. And that's really everywhere, literally everywhere. In New York City, there's a gay population in almost all the five boroughs. Bars, clubs, restaurants. It's always a great time. Always, nice and cool and fun, and popping and heart beating, pulsating, entertaining. And I actually know a few people that live some of these lifestyles, such as swingers. I know a girl who does it with a couple. I've known people that have done it vicariously, just to experience it. Again, I know people that swing, them and their spouse or whatever the case is, they go from club to club and enjoy other couples, and that's their thing. And, that's their secret. That's what they do. That's how they keep their life spicy. And there's a judgment-free zone. They look happy as ever. They live their best lives. They're pretty relevantly young people, over 20. And they don't have any cares in the world. Unlike somebody like me, if I was in that lifestyle, golly, I wouldn't want anyone to see me, because I wouldn't want to explain myself or have to explain myself, because some people feel like certain things they're privy to know. And they should know that, you're in that group of people, or, lifestyle or whatever case. They want to be privy to that information. But again, it's each his own. Some of us feel we got to be in the closet with it. Some of us don't. But again, staying back on topic, talking about polyandry and polygyny, I think it's kind of interesting and dope that in some countries and cultures that women have the option to choose to have more than one husband. Since it's normally always the other way around. It's a man that has multiple women, a man who takes care of the home and pays the bills, and the woman has to do the traditional cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. Like, I think it's pretty freaking dope that the roles can be reversed. Sorry guys, I had to sip some Montebello Long Island iced tea, but I definitely hope for more engagement on this stream. It looks like probably Danielle probably won't join me, but that's all good. I'm happy to openly express, how I feel about this topic, because at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know, right? I'm always saying that you don't know what you don't know, but you really don't, because again, as a kid growing up, I didn't see healthy relationships in my household. I didn't see, aunts and uncles that were married by paper in my household. I didn't see the way a dad treats the woman, and I didn't have that setting. I didn't have that lifestyle. I didn't have that impression, that blueprint. Like, I literally learned through my own experiences, And I said all I should say. I was on a stream of my homie Uncommon Sense No Grown, Uncommon Sense with Jose No Grown, and he had a stream entitled "Can a 304 Be a Wife?" And I jumped on the stream, jumped on the panel, was talking, and he has a follower that he follows and follows him back named Radical Latino, and he was expressing to me, as well as Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron and Introvert Bariqua, all of his people, as well as Denise Line explaining. They were explaining to me what a 304 was for the topic, and I totally misunderstood what a 304 was. I just took it as a hoe is a hoe. There's all kind of hoes. There's the gold digger hoes. There's the hoes that be in a strip club. There's the hoes that break up happy homes. It's the hoes that's always trying to fucking suck, and they were talking about the hoes trying to fucking suck. And I didn't know that. So long story short, they got all into body counts of a man and a woman, and how what a man can do, sometimes a woman can't do, and how it's just how it is, and it's not right, but it is what it is, And I was really struggling, to understand some of the lingo and information I was given as far as, how a wife is a representation of a man. I'm like, you know what? Wow, like I haven't been taught that in my household. I haven't seen that in my household. I don't understand that. I don't relate to that. But I have to respect what these people are saying, because these are married people. They're speaking from their personal experience, and from the cloth of what their culture says is necessary or acceptable. And it's like, okay, so when you don't come from that background and you're not exposed to that background, you're going to obviously make different decisions that don't coincide with, with the general population or what, society says is right. And it definitely made me reflect on, certain things. So definitely shout out to all of those people: Radical Latino, Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, Introvert Bariqua, Denise Line explaining. It was a very educational stream for I didn't understand initially what we were talking about when it came to 304 being a hoe. I just learned what a 304 was maybe a month ago. I didn't even know what 304 was. It's like, all right, duh. That does look like hoe and numbers. Like, how did you not see that? But yeah, it is what it is, Gotta have grace with yourself, So didn't be too beat up on myself about that at the time, But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, there are various different types of hoes. There's the hoes that want to become housewives and replace another woman. There's the hoes that just want to get the bag and just, hustle their way up to the best money. It's the ones that are stripping for tuition in a strip club, or, doing, VIPs to make extra money. It's the ones that want to get pregnant by an NBA player or an actor or an athlete, someone who has a lot of money so they can just live this glorified lifestyle. Like, there's so many kind of hoes out here in 2022 that I had really needed to get a breakdown of what kind of hoe we talking about here. And I know that sounds so freaking crazy, but I needed a breakdown of the type of hoe we're talking about, because my whole initial concept was, these hoes is women. Are you fucking kidding me? These hoes are breaking up happy homes every fucking day, especially the ones that's flying to Colombia, DR with a nice body, small waists, BBLs, mommy makeovers, vaginal makeovers. Like, man, they breaking up happy homes all day, 24/7. Like, what? They can become a housewife, because they're the perfect, almost idolized image for what some men lust and want. But, again, like I said, I was on the wrong hoe. I wasn't on the right hoe that they were talking about. So, I kind of missed that one. But once they broke it down to me, and, once they get started discussing, the types of wives and husbands they are, how they are representation of each other, as well as, the purpose of their marriage, how they feel about each other, the respect levels, the boundaries, all that other good stuff that dropped up in a nice little bow. It made more sense to me. It definitely made more sense to me. So I'm sipping again. So at this point, I definitely have one person watching. Shout out to that one person. Hey, how y'all doing? Feel free to drop a comment in the chat if you want to know, if you want to talk about, if you want to discuss. Feel free to join me to say, hey, what's this, what's that? I did a great live stream this morning for Like Day on Instagram and YouTube. We focused on glutes. My booty was on fire. I was sweaty. I did not go outside. I'm like, oh hell no, it is too hot to go outside. I am not gonna go outside and melt in that fucking heat. Absolutely not. But it was a great workout. I had someone join my screen towards the end and give me love and shout out to kudo points. So that was lit. That was dope. Also, since I'm just here by myself, let me just tell you a few things coming up for me. So in August, your girl is gonna be in New Jersey. I'm gonna be a vendor at a pop-up shop in New Jersey. I believe August 13th between 1 and 7. I will be in New Jersey at the House of Culture. With all kind of K-Fit gear for great prices, sales, and discounts. I'm throwing out a 25-30% coupon now. Excuse me. And of course, it's an event. I'll keep doing those coupons. And I'll also be in Harlem. Most likely, I haven't paid for the spot yet, but I'll be in Harlem around 134, 135. I'm going to sit at 5. Probably August 6th. I got to really find the details and see about that. But that's something I'm going to be looking forward to doing as well as a vendor. So K-Fit Gear will be in the building. Cashel Fitness will be in the building. I'll be working on those meal plans, those diet plans, that yoga suits, the gear, the leggings, the compression leggings, the short sets, the different color multi 2-piece and 3-piece sets. I got you. I'm here for you. Boo. Definitely. So at the end of the day, pull up on me. Let me know if you're interested in coming. These sales and discounts will only be applicable at the pop-up site. So these sales and discounts will be applicable on my website during this day. You need to come to the event to get this discount and these sales. Again, the discounts will be on my compression leggings, which are in the tummy. It'll also be on the 2-piece short sets. It'll also be on the 2-piece and 3-piece yoga suits. And I definitely have a limited supply. And I think I'm not going to be replenishing. I'm going for a whole different look for K-Fit gear now. I'm on a different look altogether. So I'll definitely be discontinuing this look, which is the 2-piece and 3-piece yoga suit sets you see with my emblem on the left-hand side of the chest. We will be discontinuing that and coming out with something brand new for summer 2023. So you heard it here first on Wine and FaceTime. So that's why I'm telling you guys, pop up on Wine and FaceTime, see what I'm talking about, see what's new for me, what's going on with me. This is the whole purpose that you guys are doing that. So it's 8:38. I'm still rocking out with Dolo. Please make sure again you like and subscribe to my channel. Again, I just find this whole topic so interesting. Like, what world do we live in when a woman can have the choice to have 2 husbands? So you mean to tell me in India, if I was Indian, excuse me, if I was Indian, I would be able to have a husband that does all the cooking and cleaning, and a husband that does all the providing, and I can live my best life as the wife? What? I need to visit India. You heard? Because why are we not doing that here? Bitches or women are already outnumbered, probably 5-1. There's more women in the world than they allegedly say is men in the world, which means that there's a great chance you're fucking beating a scallywag off your nigga all day, every day. Your side nigga, your main nigga, your baby father, your fiance, your husband. Men are outnumbered by women 5-1, so they say. So if we had polygamy and polyandry here, it may be beneficial. Because again, we're not emphasizing on cheating if you're living this lifestyle, and statistically is already out there that the women outnumber men. So it's like that may be what happened here. Am I advocating for it? I don't know, because I don't know what kind of wife I may be in if that happens to happen in America. What if I'm the wife that's just taking care of the kids? That's whack. I don't want to be that wife. I want to be the pop and lit wife. I want to be the wife that's doing stuff being catered to. So I don't know if we should introduce that here yet, but I think it's really interesting that in some countries, in some cultures, women are able to have more than one man. So it's not about, it being a man's world all the time, 24/7. There's a place and a time for everything. And in certain places, there's a belief and faith that a woman should have more than one man. How dope is that? I wish I knew someone who actually lived this lifestyle. So I have some questions. I would like to know, all right, does he cook and clean? Do you have sex when you want to with him? Is he also the provider? Do you take care of him? What does that dynamic look like really behind closed doors? Not talking about the sex, but just the communication, the relationship, the boundaries, the roles, the responsibilities, the duties. I would love to know how that looks behind closed doors, because again, in America, it ain't going like that. But there are people who live here in America who are not citizens that still practice this. For example, some of the Indian people. Now, do we know a lot of Indian people? No. Indian people have been the most highest topic talked about people since Christopher Columbus days. It's hard to find a straight, full Indian person. But I'm talking about India, where this is, practiced and preached somewhere. So I wonder how the women feel in India who are following this tradition. Do they take it for granted? Is it something that they enjoy? Is it really beneficial to their household with their children? Is it like living their best life? Is that how it's viewed out there? Is it considered that, or is it just tradition? It's just not different from any other time. I think I should visit India. I think so. Taking a little sip right now. It's 8:41. I still have one person watching. Shout out to you, number one, whoever you are, whether you're Sutton Satin or Jose Negron or somebody else. Shout out to you. Again, tomorrow as I'm going to the beach, going to Jones Beach tomorrow, probably get a nice little tan. I may get my locks retwisted tonight as well. But I want to get in the water. I want to swim and get cool. It's gonna be so freaking hot. But I definitely plan on getting a tan tomorrow. If I can, I don't know. But Polygyny guys, like where you at? Pull up, chime in, like pop up to my video, pull up, tell me what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what you're doing, where you at with it. I want to hear from you guys. Like, let me know what's up, guys. Definitely would like to hear from you guys. I don't know where you are. I know there's a lot of streams happening right now, and everyone's probably all over the place. Hi, Denise. How are you? I just want to know, like, what do you guys feel about this topic? Like, again, somewhere out there, women are able to have multiple husbands. Like, is this real? Like, I wish I knew who these women were to hear what the day in the life of being a wife of two husbands is like. Like, super duper interesting. Denise, I definitely caught some of your stream. I was like in the shower, TMI, listening to your stream, but I'm gonna listen to more of your stream. So I'm always making every effort to hear all of your stuff. So I was low key in the shower, listening to your stuff, listening to your stream. I was listening to your stream while doing my makeup. I was listening to your stream while doing my hair. So I definitely caught some of your stream today, not all of it, but I was definitely up on your stream today. Regarding some of the cultural values and stuff you were talking about in your stream just now. There was some African American talk and some Puerto Rican talk regarding rights and laws. So I didn't hear a lot, but I really heard well. And I love when you run your show. So educated. I love the structure and the format. Super duper dope. So shout out to Latin Explaining with Denise. Thank you for popping in really quickly. I'm talking about polyandry and polygyny tonight on my stream, and I really don't know anyone who lives this lifestyle, and I wanted to know what are the benefits of having a woman have more than one husband. Like, what does the role and the relationship consist of? What are they really doing? Like, definitely wanted to be able to have people chime in and give viewpoints and feedback and tea and ideas on what does that really look like. Because I really don't know. I'm used to always, hearing about the men have multiple women and they're cooking, having a baby, taking care of the house. But you don't really hear about the roles being reversed when the woman has two husbands and the woman is running things and, she has her husband doing things. Like, it's almost like unreal to think that this actually happened somewhere, like, really? This is really, really happening? Like, what the hell? Like, is she happy in this life? Is it stressful? Like, are they like having sex all the time? Are they not having sex? Is it just really like a negotiation, an agreement about what you do and that's it? Like, I really want to know. Looking at Google, looking up information, you're not gonna get the real information like as of now. You're gonna get information probably, as of past times, prior knowledge, as far as what does the whole relationship look like behind closed doors. But if you're a woman out there that is living this polyandry, polygyny life, and you have two husbands and it's going great, shout out to you, boo. Shout out for doing the damn thing because I've listened to a lot of podcasts and a lot of YouTube streams within the last 2 to 3 months, and I'm learning so much about so many different cultures of people and how they practice and believe and do things differently from the African American community, especially when it comes to like spouses and marriages and relationships, which is why I'm so inspired to talk about this topic tonight. I think I was even listening to Denise actually on Xtina's platform regarding a 6 hour stream on polyamory and polygyny. And I was so amazed and proud of how she spoke about her role as a wife and how she's a representation of her husband, and all the extra emphasis, bells and whistles, and you can tell, hearing her voice, how strong her relationship is with her spouse, whoever he is. And it just sounded very respectable. And I struggle, Denise, if you're still here, because I did not grow up in that life. I did not grow up in a household with seeing men in healthy relationships with women, providing and taking care. I saw a lot of women breaking their backs, to give their children every and anything, taking their time away from their spouses to be that grandma, that auntie, that cousin, that niece, that female person to do everything, and I think I kind of fell into that place of, learning from what you see, and you just continue to do everything. You give no one excuses to pick up the slack from you. You do everything. You're the mother, you're the father, you're the sister, you're the brother, you're the uncle, you're the best friend. Like, I just realized I think I grew up with that stigma, and I'm like, wow, like, you didn't even know you were doing that, and that's so interesting. Like, I've never had a positive role model representation of a healthy marriage in my household from birth to my young adolescent ages, probably was my 20s. All of the men in my family, they don't date African American women. They date Hispanic women, Japanese women, Italian women. They date outside their race. Most of the women in my family, I haven't seen them marry. I've seen them with children, never married, never wed, always a girlfriend, or that kind of situation is kind of like, hazy gray area, so you don't know what you don't know. And it's like, I found a lot of jewels and teas in a lot of podcasts and streams I've watched recently regarding healthy relationships. What does that look like? What does that sound like? And then thinking about all the different types of relationships there are, it's not just, about a man and a woman, it goes more beyond that. Again, touching back on the LGBT plus community, that sets its own tone and conversation for topic right there on its own. There are people out here living the polygamous lifestyle. There are people out here living the swingers lifestyle. There are people out here living the single life lifestyle. There are people out here living the divorce lifestyle, the widowed lifestyle. And all these lifestyles of relationships, are based on either the same sex or man and a woman, and different kind of roles and responsibilities that you place in type of your situation or your dynamic. And it's all different, and it's okay, because again, what you create for you and your spouse doesn't have to look like modern times, as far as I understand. Some people will disagree with me. Some people say your relationship with your spouse or your husband should be traditional and modern, as it was, as your grandparents were, as your immediate parents were, etc., 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 etc. Sometimes people feel like, you make your marriage what you make it. You can modernize it. You can make it as of current times, where if you want to be a swinger and you and your husband are liking that lifestyle, then y'all do that. If you and your husband want to be in a polyandry or polygynous relationship, then y'all do that. You're not explaining what your marriage consists of. You're not explaining to the outside of what makes you happy and what you guys do to keep you guys spicy. You don't have to do that. And I'm pretty sure people who live this lifestyle, they probably don't discuss it as much, or they pick and choose who they discuss it with, because people just won't understand. They won't relate. They just won't get it. So I would love to hear from anyone who would like to chime in, and comment on anything I'm saying. Big shout out to everybody who's in my chat right now. Again, big shout out to Susan Satin. Huge shout out to the comments with Jose Negron. Huge shout out to Latin Sling with Denise. You guys are so pivotal in my YouTube experience. You guys are really great. So I'm gonna drop the link, because I'm talking a lot, and I'm supposed to not talk a lot, and I'm always talking about how I don't want to talk a lot and how I don't want to have long live streams and stuff like that. So I just dropped the link to the chat. In the chat right now. If you guys want to pop in, give your 2 cents, 3 cents, educate me, please do so. I'm always open for knowledge and education, and I'm approachable and I'm teachable, and I'm here for everything. I know I don't know everything, which is why I'm trying to build myself up and learn from other people who are more seasoned and experienced than I am, because again, you need to be learnable and teachable in this process of growth. When you're trying to do something new, when you're trying to do something different, when you actually don't know something, you asking for help. You need to remain that person to get those resources and tools to come to you. So if you want to join my screen, please definitely check out the link in the YouTube chat right now. And if you don't, that's all good. I'm gonna put no pressure on anybody, but that's what we're talking about tonight: polygamy, polyandry. These type of relationships. Again, we are in 2022. Relationships do not look like what they look like in the 1960s and 50s and 40s necessarily. Times are different. Everything is different. Again, we have these trends in fashion and politics and TV, and that come and go over time. But certain trends just keep on coming. And not saying that these type of relationships are trends. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying the same way clothing, music, politics, TV as a trend over time. And we can see that correlation through, relationships with our parents and grandparents and children. And we can see, hey, I watched that costume when I was little, or hey, my grandmother had those kind of shoes when I was little. Like, we see that, we know that. But certain thing is not a trend, so I wanted to have this conversation because again, I've never seen this with my own eyes. Where I come from, where I grew up, I've never seen healthy relationships in my household. Even as an adult, I didn't see healthy relationships. Everyone I knew who was a woman that I respected, I looked up to, she didn't have a husband. Every man I looked up to, he didn't necessarily have a wife. So I don't come from that. So hearing people talk about their relationships and their marriages and their culture and their upbringings and the way they represent their spouse or their partner was kind of new for me. And it made me actually take a sit back and look like, wow, like, you don't come from this. You don't identify with this. But it does not mean you cannot learn from this. You can definitely learn from this and pick up any tools, nooks, and crannies and take along the way as breadcrumbs, as things to download in the processing center, things to put in the backpack as Dora. On my way, my journey, my backpack, like, it's all good. I can't hate myself. I have to grace myself all the time because, again, I come from where I come from. It is what it is. And, I'm constantly learning. And that's why I want to become and continuously be approachable, learnable, and teachable. So I can, adapt and learn these things that I'm just, I don't experience and I don't understand and I've never been through. So it looks like Danielle is not joining me tonight, and it's all good. Big shout out to Danielle. I know she has a busy life right now. She's got things going on. She's out of town, so shout out to Danielle. I'll definitely hit her up with the link later, and me and her work out something else. Danielle works with me at work. She told me a lot. As a union rep at my job, I'm a city worker for New York City, and I pay a lot of homage to her. She's definitely an intricate, good friend to me, and always nice, always helpful, resourceful to me. The same way Uncommon Sense what Jose Negron is, and the same way Latin explain what Denise is becoming. Providing information and things of resources and tools and tips I can use on my journey with YouTube. Things that make life easier for me. But truthfully, I really don't have much to say. I expected people to join in, and I didn't have that, but I'm not sad about it because I miss being able to hold the whole throne myself and talk the whole time. Like, normally we have guests, you gotta try to throw your shot and we can talk. Sometimes it gets heated and you may not get a word in edgewise. So it was cool holding down the fort myself and just speaking the entire time, and not having to fight to get in. That was cool. It's always engaging to have people log in with me as well and actually hear the conversation, be a part of the conversation, and want to join the conversation and comment in the chat. That's super dope too. I definitely love and appreciate that as well. But I definitely want to wrap this up. I feel like I'm talking so much that I'm thirsty. I'm gonna definitely take another sip of my Montebello Long Island iced tea. And thank you guys for joining me and coming in my chat and viewing and checking in on me. Like, it's humbly, gratefully appreciated. Like, you guys don't know how much I appreciate it. I'm gonna take a sip. So be a little quiet. I'm just sipping. I'm right here with you guys. Yes. So this is the first time I spoke for 54 minutes straight. A lot of good things happening with your girl. So I'm definitely gonna wrap this up. Definitely make sure you catch up with K Fit August 13th. I'm gonna be in New Jersey as a vendor selling K Fit gear again. Going back to the headbands, the wristbands, the yoga suits, the two-piece yoga suits, the three-piece yoga suits, the short sets, the compression leggings, and meal plans too. Yes. I think I'll also be a vendor in Harlem August 6th, on 143rd by Park Avenue on Lenox. Same thing. promoting K-figure, introducing wellness, creating new journeys and habits for people that want to start somewhere, don't know where they want to be. Same type of environment. That'll be August 6th. I gotta definitely jump on the paperwork to make sure I get that done. But yeah, that's it. That's all for me. Hopefully, you guys saw my live stream this morning. I did a great glute booty workout today on Instagram Live as well as YouTube Live. I had a full 45 minutes of free workout online with Cashel Fit. And today we focused on glutes, and then glutes was like on fire. Yeah, we did 2 reps. I was sweating, stinking on camera. So during my live stream, I got a lot of kudos and DMs about how great the workout was. So having grace, loving that, appreciating that. If you didn't see that, make sure you go to my Instagram. It's my first name, Kychel, Kychel underscore fit FIT underscore now NOW. And you can also see it here on my workout journey from this morning, 8 a.m. It is the glute day. It is the free K-Fit online workout of total glutes. And it was amazing. Like I was breathing heavy, sweaty, wanting to tap out on a fucking live screen. Can you imagine me, the trainer, wanting to tap out on a live screen? Yeah, it was really that good. Like, really just to be transparent with you guys. And as always, I choose a great breakfast, healthy breakfast to eat for people thereafter, people that want to just, balance it all out with a nice meal. So I suggested that. Had the vendor who I'll be at her pop-up shop pop in on my live who did the workout with me. Super freaking dope. Her and her boyfriend did the workout with me. I'm gonna be posting this in my Instagram story pretty soon, probably before the night is out. And it was a dope thing. I definitely see that it takes time to, get the network and the followers going. Had a nice amount of people on my stream this morning watching me for the live workout, following. So that's what's up. It means so much to me. And this is not the end of my journey. I have so much more in store. I'm gonna definitely try to stream live at the vending opportunity in New Jersey as well as the vending opportunity in Harlem. Again, you guys know what I got. I got the K figure. I'm gonna be definitely talking about all of that, doing more advertisement and marketing. For this. This is presented by a woman named Whip and Pretty, who actually went to college with my oldest daughter. This is her event, in Jersey. So it definitely inspires me to want to do my own pop-up event, whether it's online, in person. The millennials, the youth, these guys are very smart and interesting. They're making a lot of money, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be at this pop-up shop, representing for K Fit Now, K Figure, We Fit Now. That's my journey. That's my goal. That's the reason why I'm doing it. So again, if you want more information about that, please make sure you jump in my DM. You call me, you text me, ask me, hey, how much is the discount? Where is it? It's free parking. It's kid friendly. Face painting. It'll be a really, 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 really good show. And I'm happy to be able to be a part of it because sometimes when we definitely have these community-based events where people want to just do something new, something interesting, and start from the bottom. So thank you guys for rocking out with me for wanting FaceTime this evening. Again, it was about polygyny and polyandry, when a woman has the option to have multiple husbands, not when a man has the option to have multiple wives. That's it. That's all for me. I appreciate you guys joining me live. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm talking about yet, but I will be having a topic, and I definitely have my hair done. I'm ready for the live. This is how I'm looking. I have baby fish. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I have baby fish. I'm so excited about that. I'm like, Grandma, I have baby fish. Can you believe it? I don't know if you can see them, but there's baby fish in there. I definitely put them on my YouTube as well. I made a YouTube short showing the baby fish. I'm so excited. I have 2 baby fish. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, we out here having babies. My sister and they having sex. Like, I don't know why they having sex, but I'm here for it. Yes, let's pop them babies. Don't stop. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Hey, 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 buddy. Let me see you shake that. Hey, the way fish have sex and the way we have sex, but they out here making babies. And I'm just so excited to know that we have 2 babies in there. And as I'm talking to you guys, looking at the mom staring at the babies in the tank. She's looking like, how did you guys get in there? She was so worried protecting her babies all this time. And she's looking at the incubator while her 2 babies sit in the incubator right now. She's staring at them. And she's wondering, how can I get to you guys? How can I touch you? And I'm looking at her like, it's so good, girl. Like, I got your babies. You don't got to do nothing She had a large breed of babies, and only 2 babies survived. There's probably between maybe 20 to 30 babies. Only 2 survived. Most of the babies were eaten because we didn't know they were mating. We didn't know she was producing babies. We had no idea. So most of the babies died. There's 2 left. There's 2 babies left out of maybe, again, 20 to 30 babies. And I did a YouTube short today regarding them being in an incubator now in my fish tank and my live aquarium. And mom and dad have been protecting the incubators so much. They keep checking in, looking at them, making sure they're good, and they're totally good. So you want to definitely see that video of the baby fish in the incubator. Definitely check out my YouTube short from today. You'll see it says there are finally 2, and they're in the incubator. It's a short video. It's less than 60 seconds, less than 45 seconds. You can't miss it. It's my aquarium in my house, but that's it. That's all for me. I don't believe in doing really long live streams unless it's really necessary. And I'm rocking up by myself right now, so there's no reason for me going over an hour. So I'm definitely signing off. Thank you guys for following me, liking, subscribing, chatting, viewing all of my videos, all of my workouts, all of my plant journeys, all of my makeup journeys, all of my fitness journeys, all of my lock journeys. Thank you guys so much for joining my panels. When I have the panel guests, when I'm talking about something super lit that you guys are like, oh, I want to be a part of that. Thank you. It makes me go harder. It makes me want to do more. It makes me realize that this is for somebody. I know it ain't for everybody, but this shit right here is definitely for somebody. And again, to each its own. This is a learning process. This is a learning curve. And these topics are various. They're often about things that bother me and stress me, that intrigue me. And sometimes they're just about what's happening popular in time. But in the day, I'm gonna cut this video because I feel like I'm not talking about anything right now, and I'm definitely by myself. I definitely need to stretch my thighs and my booty and my knees are kind of tight from all the shit I did this morning on Instagram and YouTube, and I want to eat. I have a nice salad, some mac and cheese that's gluten free, and some nice wide fillet fish, and I want to get into that. And I want to watch all my shows for later on tonight too. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for popping in, following me, giving me advice and tips and details, jumping in my DM on Instagram, give me kudos and stuff that I need to do that's resourceful for me. Thank you guys for doing that. You guys are respected. If you have any questions, concerns about anything I can help you with, please make sure you like and subscribe, you jump into my DM, and you let me know. That's it. That's all. Take care. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Again, tomorrow I'll be at the beach, so I ain't gonna know how to act. I'm acting extra grown, and it's gonna be a judgment-free zone. Okay, so do not judge me. I'm gonna live my best life tomorrow at the beach. I'm going to Jones Beach, and I'll be showing all my body, but don't judge me. Nah, it's all good though. It was really nice rocking out with you guys. Take care, be safe. Make sure you guys carry those masks and sanitizers. I know it's too hot to have the mask on, but just have it on you available so it's at your reach. Take care. Peace out. Much respect, y'all.